What's going on, guys? Carlos Cerrone back at you with another video. If you guys tuned into my most recent video, it was the MomoCon 2025 EBO2 case tournament where I played Rob Lucci. I went over my matchups, deck list, and all of that. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to put the link right here. But if you have, what we're going to be talking about today is the new OP11 blue-purple Monkey D. Luffy deck list. So the leader's right here. I don't have it yet. Among 3 other cards that I have in the deck list that I'm not running yet, but we have proxied up for you guys. So, it's been a while. This YouTube channel came on when I started my basketball content. And so that's where this channel came from. So, those videos are there to stay. But my current pastime has been One Piece. And so that's the journey that we're just going to move into. And so I hope you guys stick with it, because I know I have the time now to bring some content to you guys. So we're going to get straight into the blue-purple Luffy deck list. So let's do it. All right, guys. This is the first draft of my blue-purple Luffy deck list. First, let's go ahead and get the proxies out of the way so we can just get the confusion out. We have 4 OP3 8-drop categories, which is going to be placing the OP11 blocker categories we're getting. Next, we have 4 OP5 blocker kids. That is going to be replacing the OP11 blocker Nami we're getting. And lastly, 4 OP10 divine departures, which is going to be replacing the gear second card that we get in OP11. Now, looking at the rest of the deck list, it's pretty much set. We have 4 9-drop Sanjis, 4 9-drop Big Moms, 3 9-drop Luffys. I think this is a good starting point because you want to see Sanji. You definitely want to see 9 Mom. The issue that this deck is having, from what I've seen, is that it loses to aggression. So if you see multiple 9 Moms to get you that last life and continue on in the game, you'll survive and you'll be able to manage the game from there. Going into ramp cards, I feel like 4 Bon Clays, 4 Zorojuros, and 4 God Thread is really good. 8 out of 12 of those cards have 1k counter, which is really good. I also feel like God Thread is a slept removal card because this deck doesn't have much removal other than the God Thread card itself and 9 Mom. So I guess Red Rock is also a removal. Biggest thing there is that the Red Rock is searchable while the others are not. And if we see that Red Rock needs to be upped, I'm thinking a 3-3 split between Red Rock and God Thread. Now, 3 Giants might seem a little crazy. I feel like you don't want to open Gum Gum Giant in your opening hand. You kind of want to draw into that later for that late game defense. Through testing, if we need to see that Gum Gum Giant needs to go to 4, we can make that happen. And lastly, 8 2Ks also doesn't seem like a lot. But if through testing we don't end up needing that much counter, 8 2Ks is fine. But if we need to up that 2K count, we can adjust the ratios as well. We have a lot of 1-ups we have a lot of 1K counters from what I'm seeing. So that should be enough where a lot of decks want to 6K, just swing 6s at life pretty aggressively. Multiple 6s into a lot of 8s, which is what I'm starting to see. And so, yeah, this is my first draft of the deck list. I will say some cards that notable mentions that I really wanted to add, but just due to space, I couldn't really get there. It's going to be 9-drop Mihawk, 7-drop Kyros, and 4-drop Ram card, Lead Performer Disaster. Those are the top 3 that come to mind for me. But if there's any cards that you guys had in mind that I didn't mention or didn't quite get to, go ahead and drop those in the comments below. And, with multiple drafts into the deck list, we can definitely see about those changes. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the gameplay and see how this 50-card deck runs. I'll see you guys there. All right, guys, so this is game 1. This is blue-purple Luffy versus green-purple Luffy. I myself playing blue-purple Luffy, I went first. And then I have a friend of mine playing GP Luffy. He went second, went to the Nami Searcher, grabbed Sanji Pudding into stage, draw a card. Swing 6 at life. He takes it, and I play Zorojuro. Biggest thing here is I'm trying to get to 8 Dawn as fast as possible. Drops down the Zoro. Takes the 4-drop Zoro, passes it back because I'm a 6k leader. And here I was contemplating and I was able to do it. Crazily enough, on my 5 Dawn turn, I'm able to get to 8 Dawn here. Once I see the line, I go for it. Bon Clay, ramp a Dawn, into swings or Juro, ramp another Dawn, into gear 2, ramp that final Dawn. Just a little 6k swing at life. And granted, I do get punished hard there by a electric Luna trigger, resting my Bon Clay, but you know, I got excited that I'm now at 8 Dawn, so that's cool. Goes into the Sanji Pudding, draws a card, because with all my ramping, he's definitely less than or equal to Dawn than me. Stage, give it +2 cost. He's going to go 6 at life. I just take the first one, see what he does. He goes 6 again. I wanted to take it so bad, but you know. Go ahead and pivots, swings on my board. I just let it go. I'm debating 2K'ing out for the Bon Clay, but those are easy swings at it again the next turn with so many little bodies he has. So activating leader ability here. We look top 5, reveal a straw hat. Put the rest on the top. And we reset, draw for turn. Swing 6 into the Zoro. He lets it go. We go Sanji into 9 Luffy. Down -1, draw a card, gains rush. And then we swing 9 Luffy into the Zoro Juro. Demand 3 cards, and he lets it go as well. And we pass it back. So now this turn is definitely a little scary. He goes Luffy Taro into Sanji Pudding, draws another card. Leader ability is basically free, so he gets 4 Dawn back. Now he's a 6k leader. Goes double stage to make both his Sanji Pudding 7 costs. So now my 9 Mom is a little, not useless, but it's definitely weaker. He goes 8 at life, I take it. Here I trigger a God Thread to ramp a Dawn for my Dawn deck as active. He goes 8 lead. Now I can use the Giant because without that trigger, I would have went to 7 Dawn and I wouldn't be able to activate my leader ability. But now, since I had 8 Dawn before the Dawn refresh, I'm able to use a leader ability again. So here we take the 9 cost Sanji since it's a straw hat. Put the rest on the top. Draw for a turn. First we go 6 at life just to kind of see what he does. Since he counters, now we can pivot into board. So we go 9 into Sanji Pudding, demand more cards, 10 into Sanji Pudding. Finally lets it go. And now just to protect ourselves, we go Sanji into 9 Mom. We're still going to Dawn -1, pitch a card to gain a life, but we're going to choose not to put the Nami Searcher in his life. And then we pass it back. So here's the secret Luffy comes down, activates leader ability. Nami searches, grabs a Giant. Into when we're at Sea Searcher, grabs a 2K. Swing 6 at life, see what I do. Give him a card. 8 at life, we'll take that. Get another God Thread trigger. I put it there with the 9 Mom into another Gum Gum Giant. Here I was thinking he was going to swing the secret, but he opted not to, so then I don't just swing and kill it, because I think he's basically planning to go for a game with the secret Luffy next turn. So here, off of the leader ability, we search a Straw Hat, Gum Gum Giant, draw for a turn. We get the Red Rock. And so now basically my plan is to go for his board and then Red Rock the 6-cost Luffy, just to leave him with no board and no way of killing me, basically. And there, 9 Luffy at Luffy Taro. He lets it go. Sanji at Sanji Pudding. He lets that go. So now we can just jam into life. Pressure. That's 8 at life. He takes it. Trigger, grab 0 cost event. 9 at life. Counters out, 9 at life. He takes, goes to 0. We Red Rock the 6 cost Luffy, and we have 2 Dawn up for defense. So at this point with this board state, he basically has to go for a game, or he super dies on the crackback. So swings out life, and then he hits me with a 10 twice with the leader ability, or I guess with the Luffy ability. I show him I have the counter, and he concedes. And now we move on to the next game. So going into game 2, he goes first this time. Now I'm on second. Seven at life, we take it just to kind of get more cards. I actually think I got the Bonkle out of life there. That's why I always like taking the first hit, just to have a little more options going into your turn. Bonkle ramp the Dawn. Also wanted to swing first to, you know, play around any triggers. Because I feel like when you swing, whether it's a 6K or 7K swing at the first life, they're probably going to take it, going off of what I just said. And he's going to jam big into my leader here. So we just take it again. Seven lead here. Takes it as well. Gear 2, ramp the Dawn into a Zordro. Sanji Pudding comes down with the draw into leader ability. Stage +2. And jams big into life, just putting me at 0. Luckily, I had leader ability this turn. The top 5 wasn't that great. Plus, I was going to my 8 down turn, so... Or am I going to 10? I might be trolling here. Yeah, I'm going to 10. But yeah, I didn't have a Sanji into maybe Katakuri or yeah, I think Katakuri is the best play here because I can't really 9-mom his Sanji Pudding. So 6K swing. I just hard play the Katakuri, leave some Dawn up in case he wants to secret Luffy plus leader and Sanji Pudding, some devastating swings. There it is. And he goes straight into playing it. Leader ability on tap 2, get 1 back. My Makes Sanji Pudding a 7 cost. Makes Luffy an 8 cost. Six lead, I kind of have to counter this. 8 lead with Sanji Pudding. We go ahead and giant here, pitching the God Thread. Draw 2. He swings 9 with the secret, so I can free block with the Katakuri and 2K. Well, I guess it's not a free block, but, you know, a little block 2K action. Just to test the hand, we go 6 at life. He gives me a 1K. I go ahead and copy the secret Luffy stat line to swing 7 at his life, just to kind of get more cards out of hand. So he ends up taking it, so now I just swing Katakuri at life. And he gives me a 0 cost event. So here we went for the 9 Luffy play since he gave me the counter. I swung 10 at the secret, and he did have the counter. And then, so here we talked about it. I was just going to use the Katakuri effect to ramp the Dawn rested, but he suggested that I swing Zorojuro just to get the Dawn active. So I go with it just to, you know, see if that... I knew I didn't have a Gum Gum Giant on top, but, you know, I feel like maybe in later play that will come up, even just to make my opponent think I have more counter than I do. So we went with the play there. So he swings 2 of my Bon Clay. I opt to guard it because he doesn't have that many swings. So if he doesn't go for a game here, maybe that Bon Clay swing will be more important later down the line. That was my thought process there. So he goes 8 at my life. I go ahead and give him the giant here. Pitching Katakuri. And I drew another Katakuri, so that's fine. Then he goes Gamma Knife, down -1, -5,000 to my blocker Katakuri. Swings 6 at life, give him a 1K. Swings 7 at my life, no ability. Stage buffs the secret. And since he's at 2 or less Dawn than me, he plays the Sanji blocker for 3 cost. So there, I'm basically just scrounging for a counter at this point. So off leader, we grabbed a 2K. Off the top deck, I put the Gear 2 because it's a +3 on defense as well. So 9 Mom, we put the Sanji Pudding in life. I'm going to gain the life here in a second. I just kind of forgot in the moment, but I'm going to heal it eventually. Zorojuro swung at his Nami Searcher to get the Dawn back active like we talked about earlier. So here I gained the life, I remembered. And so kind of with that same thought process, I just swing at life to see what he does. He just takes it. So again, I swing at life to see if I get another card. So I copy his secret. He gives me a 2K. So now I swing 9 at his secret Luffy. Goes ahead and gives me the giant. Then I swing 10 at it again, and he gives me the other giant. And then end of turn, the Katakuri restands. Ramps me at dawn rested. So he swings 8 at my life. So I go ahead and I give him the gear to +3. Go to 9. So he plays a blocker here. It was pretty cool. He did that to get the dawn back, and he swings 6 at my life. It's pretty cool because I remember that I stacked Red Rock, so I went ahead and I just bottom decked the Nico Robin. So then he goes 8 at life with effect. And so now we were talking about it, and so he basically has 8, 8, 8. And so we're basically talking, and I end up not having it because I have 3 2Ks in hand. So I can 2K out of the first one. He swings, I block, and then he swings 8, and I only had 1 2K left. So the misplay there actually was not guarding that 6K swing at life. So that's the crazy part about that, because I think if I guard that, I have another turn and I just go for a game because he took that life with the secret ability. Overall, this matchup is definitely 50-50. It really comes down to who sees their pieces first. Does blue-purple ramp to 8 within 2 to 3 turns? And can they start back-to-back 9 dropping multiple times? Whereas does green-purple Luffy see their stage, see multiple Sanji puddings, see the secret Luffy to close out the game? And the variance just goes on from there. But I definitely enjoyed recording this style of video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys liked and didn't like about the video so I can make those adjustments. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.